Uh, I think we'll have a robot revolution in about 5 years. So I think you will be consumed by nothing but robot media starting in about 18 months. Yeah, I think it's going to consume humanity.
Just people talking about it more, or people like
We're
using?
about to enter the Jetsons age. Like we are going to have humanoid robots.
Walking around.
Not initially, because the value of these robots is so high in industry for commercial and industrial use. Uh, Almost all the allocation of those robots is going to go towards industry. So also to have them walking around in public, there's a safety element. They won't be there, I don't believe, for 10 years. We have a job shortage, a human job shortage of like 2 or 300 million physical laborers that we need to employ by 2030 that we just don't have humans for. And this will help kind of solve that problem. Probably a bigger problem is like 10 years out when it comes to elder care. When we have a massive shortage of people to take care of older people as the boomers are aging. It costs 175,000 to upwards of 200,000 a year to have 24/7 care in your home, to have home aides. And we just simply do not have enough humans to do that. And this is something that is exceptionally important. 100 million people around the world spend the bulk of their prime years taking care of a parent or grandparent, and they don't have careers because of it. Some of them never have families. We don't have it that as much in the US, but it does happen, and it's going to happen a lot more the next 20 years as our parents, our parents are getting older, and we need to solve that problem. Robots will solve it. They're going to solve it. So we have demand for billions of humanoid robots around the world simply to take care of the elderly. So that will become a big use case. That's probably the #1 use case, but it won't start for about 10 years. I'm telling you, it's coming quick. Like the robots are walking, they're functioning, they're articulating. I've seen them do pretty articulate stuff autonomously, by the way, not programmed, autonomously, like using an AI brain.
Like, oh, I see this thing over there, I need to move it over here, and then I see another one over there, then I need to move.
Yes.
Not just rinse and repeat in the same spot.
One of the robot companies I work most closely with, Aptronic in Austin, is partnered with DeepMind at Google. And Google is developing an AI brain for these bots that would melt your mind. Like they're accelerating the technology so quickly right now. I believe we're probably 2, maybe 3 years away from having generalized autonomous robots with full AI brains that can do just about any physical job on Earth. And then the generalized part, when you're going to have them in your home, doing literally everything. I'm talking about doing your laundry, doing your dishes, cleaning up around the house, literally doing almost everything in your home. I mean, imagine saying, hey, whether it's you or your wife, can you just redo the closet for spring, and it gets out all the spring clothes and just do them in the same exact order that you did last spring by color and this and that, all done. And it knows exactly where to put the clothes up from the. I know this sounds insane to you, but I'm telling you, they will be able to do that in 10 years. 100% be able to do that within 10 years. And the cost of these robots to manufacture by then will be sub $50,000, and they'll have like a 4 to 5 year lifespan. So if you think about it, like the use cases from it, it's almost ridiculously cheap when you start thinking about all the things you don't need to do.
Now, is something like that will be used 10 years away, is it worth investing in now, even if it's not going to be maybe successful in 5, 7, 10 years?
I think it's the biggest industry. Like physical labor is a third of global GDP. It's the biggest industry in the world. So listen, like I said, I own restaurants. I cannot get employees. Like it's almost impossible for us to find employees.
Why is it so hard?
Because 2 things. People, listen, our unemployment rate is actually pretty low right now. People in this country want to do certain types of jobs, not other types of jobs. And I'm not saying that that's good or bad. It's just the reality. So, I joke like, my kids are 15 and they don't want to work for 40 years in a manufacturing job, and I don't want them to, because I don't want them to have the bad back that I have right now. Like, no, I mean, this is real. Like, you work in one of these jobs for 40 years and you're messed up by the time you hit your age 60. So they don't want to do that. They work in a repetitive physical labor job for their life. And I hate to say, like, almost no young kids in this country do.
They won't have to in 10 years with robots taking over all of that.
They won't have to. And like, the one knock that this whole robot revolution people have with it is it will displace human labor. I'm an optimist, so I'm a little biased, but at no point in human history has technology, a human displacing technology, ultimately created more and better, not created more and better jobs for humans over the long term. And I don't see why it would be any different this time. And if you look specifically about what AI and robots will do for the world, labor is the #1 bottleneck for industry. And having access to more reliable, cheaper, scalable labor will enable all of the world's industries to expand much larger than they are today. And it will enable us to have more of that. And it will allow us to create new industries we can't even think of today. So what that means is with more comes more demand for humans, right? It might not be the same job as today. It's probably going to be a job that requires a higher degree of creativity, of sophistication, of engagement at the human mind level. So each company will have less humans, right? Or each entity will have less humans, but there will be way more entities that need you, hopefully doing better work that's more interesting, that hopefully pays more too. So hopefully we all win as humans long term from this.
If people working in careers right now or entrepreneurs don't start learning AI or don't start learning how to use AI tools to create better processes, advance their platforms or their businesses, what will happen to those career individuals or entrepreneurs over the next few years?
I think they're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Really?
Yeah,
How big is AI right now?
it's everything. Everything.
And if an employee or an employer is not using it, you think they're going to be far behind?
I think they're done.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's everything. The same way that the internet was everything relative to what came before it. Okay, and like, if you recall, back in 98, 99, 2000, and you could research this, there were a lot of doubters that said this is all BS.
Right.
A lot. That said this is all BS. Now, the internet took a long time to play out, but almost every single promise that it made has actually come true.
And then some.
And then some.
Yeah.
Almost every single promise, and then some, and then some, and then some.
Thank you for watching this video. If you want more inspiring clips like this, make sure to click right here to subscribe and click right here to watch that next video that is specific to support you in your life.